put their adverts online, who put their properties online for rent, a lot of people have moved to the UK, and people will continue to move to the UK. Like everybody's shouting, why the UK? Why the UK? Come on, everybody wants where there's prospect, and that is why people keep moving to the UK. And the government is not complaining. I know for sure that that is not stopping anytime soon. Like the UK government will continue to recruit employees from abroad. People from abroad will continue to come to school in the UK, and people will continue to migrate for several other reasons, for adventure and the rest of it. So just be rest assured that the UK is not stopping recruitment anytime soon. Don't let anybody scare you. But one thing that I realized in life, and especially in the UK, concerning migration is that not two people's experiences are exactly alike. Like you can have people whose experiences, landing the UK looks similar, maybe at some point in time, you have something in common, but to be exactly the same experience, I have not yet seen. So you have some people who arrive in the UK and they're stranded, they don't have somewhere to lay their heads. Meanwhile, some people will arrive before arrival, yes, they will get accommodation. Like before I left Nigeria for the UK, I watched a lot of YouTube videos of people saying that they got accommodation in the UK before they left Nigeria. And that seemed really impossible. I reached out to so many big YouTubers and told me, no, it's not possible, it's not possible. But arriving here, I know that you're limited to the information you have at hand. So it is possible to get accommodation in the UK while you are still home. And maybe in another video, I'm going to talk about that. But in this video, I'm going to be sharing how you can get accommodation within 1 week of arriving in the UK. Yes, you heard me right. Because we got our accommodation within just 1 week. So guys, if this is something that you would love to watch, do well to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and by liking this video you make the YouTube algorithm to remember my content, and to make my content reach other people, like a larger audience. On arrival, we weren't looking for accommodation. What we just did was to stay in with a friend for 2 weeks, enjoy ourselves, get familiar with the new environment. And after 2 weeks, we moved from there, moved to another place. And on arriving this other place, I started job hunting, yeah, because I needed to also work. So I started job hunting, and I'm going to make another video on how you can get a job. So within 2 weeks of actively searching for a job, yeah, I got a job. In fact, I got several jobs, and I resumed one of them, which I've shared in one of my videos here. I worked as a cleaner at a school. That's the meaning, right? So I knew that I just had to start from somewhere. So I did that job for just 3 days and I quit because it gets a CB. When you're looking for accommodation, people will tell you to download a lot of apps where you can get accommodation. Yes, they are good. I'll be leaving some of those apps because I don't even know them offhand. I'll be leaving them on the screen for you because guess what? I did not actually get my house searching online. So what we did in our own case was to start going. We got to the city center. So everywhere you are, there's a city center. So you can actually search on your Google, search for city center, near you, or city center in your town or your city. So when you get the city center, when you get there, you can simply search for housing agencies near me. So there are several housing agencies at the city center. In fact, here there's a particular street designated for housing agents. It's called Duke Street. On that street, you get people, agents who help you find a house, who have houses, readily available. You just walk in, let them know that you need a house. If they don't have a house, they'll simply tell you they don't have. Some of them, what they do is just to sell houses. They don't rent houses. So they have houses for sale. So you just continue to enter each and every one of them. We have JW, we have Bridgeford, a lot of them. So we were entering all these agents' offices one after the other. Some of them said they did not have houses. They did not have our specifications, but then they'll still collect your details. They collect your email address, your name, your preferences, and all that, and they continue to mail you. When they have something that suits your preference, they will send you a mail to let you know that they have a property that suits your specification, and then you can take it up from there. So rather than downloading all these apps, I'm not saying people are not getting houses via these things. Yes, people, like I said, our stories differ. But in my own case, what made it easy and faster is the fact that we went to the offices physically to search for houses. And the very day that we got to that office, like we had some no, 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 no. Then the last place we went, they asked us how many people, told them, okay, what is your specification? 2 to 3 bedroom terrace. And then they told us there was viewing 4 p.m. that same day. So we went for the viewing 4 p.m. that same day, and I discovered I was the only one for the viewing. We were the only one, and the next day we were asked to pay the holding fee, and subsequently we did the zero deposit documentation. And 4 days ago we got our keys. Yeah, so that was the one and only house we went to view, because I've heard people say, oh, I viewed up to 40 houses. I spent all my earnings on transportation viewing houses. So instead of doing it online, majority of times, people who put their adverts online, who put their properties online for rent, a lot of people will, see that ads, and a lot of people will get to apply for the same house that you are applying for. And when it is time for viewing, most likely you'll be more than one that will be going for that viewing. But imagine if they just have a house for rent now, or maybe a house that will be up by next week. They haven't listed it online yet, but you walk into their office, then you get that first-hand information. They will tell you, because they are marketers, they will let you know that this so house is going to be available next week. So they get your details, and that next week, instead of listing that house online, they will give you the privilege to get the information first, and then they will invite you for the viewing first. So that way, you get to get your own accommodation faster. So that's how we were able to secure our accommodation faster and within 1 week. I know this might not apply to everyone because, like I earlier said, different strokes for different folks. So, if you have watched up to this point, I really appreciate you, and do well to subscribe and turn on notifications. And I hope to see you in my subsequent videos.